Hi everybody, welcome to the garden. Have you ever woken up and felt invigorated? You feel strong and you have all kinds of energy and you feel like you can tackle anything? Well, that's how I woke up this morning, and that's what today's video is about. I'm gonna tackle all kinds of projects in the garden. I wanna get things checked off my list. Now, it is supposed to rain on and off today, so we're gonna be inside, we're gonna be outside. I am not dressed fashionably because I'm gonna be rolling in the mud today. And you're gonna come along and watch and act as my supervisors to keep me on task. So come along as we tackle all kinds of projects in the garden. This is why I did my before the rain garden tour. I knew this was gonna happen. All the peony blossoms came off. Beauty for just such a short while, but oh so pretty. When it comes to deadheading the columbine, I'm just going to do the ones that are along the edge because I want the other ones to reseed. When deadheading, trace this flower stalk down and clip it as low as you can, leaving a whole bunch of foliage at the bottom. We're going to fill up a hummingbird feeder and we're going to treat the pond with some algae control. We've had our pond for 15, 16 years and we've never had a problem. Then last year we ended up with string algae. So we had to start treating it, and we treat it once a week. I need to mix 4 ounces of this Instafix algae control for our 700-gallon pond. So I've pre-filled a designated container with just regular water. I'm going to put our 4 ounces in here. Then I will shake it up and we will take it out and pour it into the pond. When it comes to our hummingbird containers, first thing you need to do is clean it out. And basically I give it a good rinse. And I take apart the bottom. And I kind of scrub it a little bit. Because sometimes you'll see there's a lot of black sooty mold in where the hummingbirds feed, and we just want to get rid of that. Then when it's time to fill up the feeder, again, I have some pre-mixed hummingbird food, and I did do a video on my recipe, so you could look for that. And I'm only going to put in maybe a cup. Now it's more than a cup. But you really should empty and clean your feeders every 2 to 3 days. So there's no sense in filling them all the way up. I'm going to flip it over. So my hummingbirds can't go through that much liquid in 2 to 3 days. So if I filled it all the way up, I'd just be wasting it. So now we're just going to go hang it outside. I realize I'm fighting a losing battle against pollen, but while it's raining, I might as well clean off the table. These are some of the containers and trays that I use to propagate plants and overwinter them in the basement. They all need to be washed. We'll see if I get to that today. One of the projects for today is to remove these evergreen shrubs. I have a total of 6 of them. I'm hoping that I can just dig them out and not have to use a chain and yank them out with the 4-wheeler or the truck. So let's see how this goes. Sea green junipers, and you can see I've got a substantial root ball, but not enough to support all this green. So I am going to remove a lot of the top growth so that it's in proportion to the roots. I hate to do it because I really would like to keep them the size that they are, but I don't think they would survive if I didn't do this. That's a little better. I think I mentioned in another video that I wanted to move this hosta because it's too close to that one. So while I'm working around this bed, let's get that checked off the list. Some of you may not want to watch this next section. I have 2 pink princess wigelias. They're getting too big for this space. They're not blooming as well as they should. We are getting in here randomly, trimming them down at different times of the year, which is why they're not blooming the way they should. So today I'm going to take them down. Not take them out, I'm just going to take them down severely so that they can regrow, and hopefully next year or the year after we'll have some big beautiful blooms on them. But I'm basically calling this a rejuvenation prune. So if you don't like to watch this stuff, fast forward or cover your eyes. figure my phone stopped working as I was trimming these down. I don't know about you, but I am exhausted, and I think I'm going to call it quits for the night. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at the kinds of things I do here in my garden. Please like and subscribe and share, and please leave me comments if there's something you have a question on or that you would like to see more of. And thank you to the viewers who mentioned that you would like the wording on my videos to stay a little longer. I will try and do that in this video. And then there was one person that commented that she has no volume. There's no sound coming out of my videos. Anybody else having that issue? Please put it in the comments, because everything seems to be doing all right on my end. Anyway, thanks so much. Have a great night. I hope you can get out into your garden and have some fun. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.